Do you think social media has changed dating?
Yes, it has.
How so?
Because it creates a very stereotypical view on dating. Like, let's say, for example, there's a couple on social media, right? They're posting all of these things of traveling and what they're wearing, and it does take a toll on other people. Social media does have an influence on that.
This girl has no idea what the actual destructive power of social media is, but she did say a truthful thing about social media, and that is that women compare their lives to the highlight reels of other women, and what it does is it creates an almost impossible to satisfy sense of dissatisfaction. It makes them feel insecure forever. Hello and welcome to the Heliosblog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, hitting all for notifications. If you'd like me to comment on a video or compilation, please send the link to theheliosblog at gmail.com. Let's move on here.
Because people think like, oh, my relationship sucks because I'm not out traveling the world with my significant other.
Literally, and not only this, what it does is it makes women do this super keep up with the Joneses thing. So here's keeping up with the Joneses. It's like, my friend has a 6'2" boyfriend. My current boyfriend is only 5'10". I think I should replace him. Not realizing that by replacing this good man, what the girl is doing is increasing her end count by 1, reducing the time that she has to find new men, lowering her ability to pair bond, etc. So no, she's actually making quite good points here.
When it shouldn't be that way, it should be up to the people. Shut up. It should be like up to the couple that's doing it. Like, you shouldn't rely on somebody else's relationship to make yours better.
I mean, that's true. This is the whole, what's it called? The politician answer, right? So the politician answer is, you shouldn't do the bad thing. But again, if we think about women's behavior and not what they say, then you'll see very quickly that what women are doing contradicts what this girl has said. Many women nowadays, they have a sense of unending dissatisfaction, and the reason is because they're constantly comparing themselves to the absolute richest, the absolute, in their opinion, happiest, the absolute coolest, etc. So social media is incredibly damaging, and they have not actually described the real most destructive thing about social media, which is that it facilitates female hypergamy. So it basically unchains female hypergamy and makes the dating market global instead of local. So what ends up happening is women are then only attracted or interested in the absolute apex men, but the apex isn't the apex in the local dating market, you know, like small town rural Kentucky. No, it's the best men in all the countries in all the world. Those are the ones that women are attracted to, and if a girl is attractive enough on social media, those very men are sending them messages, flying them out to a different country and buying them things, and it just creates this totally incredibly skewed sense of entitlement and value that these women have, when really to those men these women are just basically instruments with which they can fulfill their desires. So the women are punching above their weight class and ending up miserable as a result of the access, not the real access, but the apparent access that it gives them to apex men.
I think there's a lot of expectations. You get on there and compare yourself. I think being self-aware helps.
Oh, right. This is another thing. Social media has women compare themselves in a body to each other, and in you know, how they're supposed to dress and how they're supposed to act. So basically what happens is, because many women are basically hive-minded creatures, they follow the crowd, they follow the herd, If they see 10, 15, 20 of their friends are, you know, wearing bikinis on Instagram and posting those pictures for all to see, they'll think that it's okay and they'll do it too, and they destroy themselves in this act, in this process. And, you know, it also leads to women getting unnecessary surgery because, to be honest, like, many women, if they're beautiful and young and stuff, they don't need any add-ons. They don't need, like, to be augmented in any way, really. They just believe they do because they see on Instagram that Kim Kardashian did it, for example.
But, you know, I feel like being virtually bombarded with all of, you know, perfect women, perfect relationships, I think you might start to get a little high expectations that might.
I mean, that's absolutely true. Honestly, I think that social media is one of the most destructive things to ever happen to humanity. If you ask me, it is simultaneously exposing all of the worst aspects of everyone and also encouraging actively for women to destroy themselves and to do things that prevent them in the long term from being happy. It's literally like fast food generation, right? Like it's fast food in the sense that you know, it's all about quick hits of validation and not about building something of value over the long term.
Might not be as realistic because everything is very, you know, it's filtered. They show you the highlights and not the bullshit. So
Absolutely.
I think it has.
That's
Has being
true.
online given you a greater quantity and quality of men to choose from?
Yes.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, right? Okay, he has mentioned it. So I already talked about it, but that's exactly right. So what social media does is it gives women access to the global marketplace, right? There's only one problem. If they're posting pictures of themselves and their bodies for all to see, these apex men are going to only see them as a friends with benefits. And so these girls actually end up destroying themselves by giving themselves access to those men. So actually, it hurts women much more than it appears to help them. Their biology, I mean.
Yes.
Quality also?
I think so.
I mean, in the sense that they're very physically attractive, yes, but in the sense that they'll never commit, no. But again, this girl is still in her 20s, so she's not at the point where she's thinking, where have all the good men gone? She's just thinking about how the next option will be available soon, right? And at this point in a girl's life, when she's in the rock star phase, right, she can just jump from guy to guy to guy to guy and have no fear of finding a new one, right? The only problem is it destroys her in the long term and makes her incapable of pair bonding or being attractive to any man of actual quality. So it's really good in the short term, but it's really bad in the long term. It's literally just like fast food.
So,
Quantity, yes. Quality, no.
I mean, yes, that's true. So here's the thing. Women having access to many men of a higher level or whatever makes them believe that they're better than they are. And so you get the entitled expression of this girl in the middle. Also, the girl on the right is attracted to the interviewer. You can tell. Anyway, so because these women believe that they're higher than they are, they believe that these apex men, which are the only men that they see, they believe even those apex men are trash. And as a result of believing that those apex men are trash, these women keep going from guy to guy, thinking that they can do better. And actually, they can't do better. They should have tried to consolidate on the first one. Actually, they should have lowered their expectations to prevent the problem, to lower the to increase the chance of having an actual healthy, good long-term relationship. But they don't do that. So, you know.
Well, I feel like over the years, you know, I'm 29 now, and I would say 10 years ago, before smartphones and Instagram and social media started really taking off, I feel like dating was a little easier. It was kind of like a give and take exchange, and boom, you're in a relationship.
Indeed. 10 years ago, I mean, guys, I've been in the dating scene a while, and I can tell you that it was way easier before. It's even for an apex superior man, even for a man who's above average in every respect you can conceive of. Even a man like that has trouble in this modern dating market because the women have inflated senses of self-worth, falsely inflated due to the global marketplace and due to the false attention they're getting from basically loser men. And so these women never want to commit and will just jump from guy to guy to guy. That is modern 2022 dating. It wasn't like that 10 years ago. It was a little better. It was kind of getting to the place where it is now, but it wasn't so bad.
I feel like in today's era, at 2020, people are starting to set unrealistic expectations of what they expect from their partners, and that may prevent them from getting into a relationship, or they're only looking for a very particular, maybe unattainable set of standards for their spouse.
Oh, that's absolutely true. This guy put it excellently. This guy could have made a video himself based on he actually explained it very clearly, succinctly, and rationally. Excellent. And actually he said it in a very what's it called? In a very nice way. So in the sense that as I said, right, because women are having an inflated sense of self-worth due to having much more attention than even the average queen in the past or the average princess in the past, because they have so much attention, their biology signals to them that they are very attractive, and so they begin to act entitled as befits a girl who is biologically attractive, right? But a lot of these women are not attractive in the sense that they are just average in attractiveness or a little bit better than average, but they're not like a 9 or 10 how they're acting. And so this is where you get the funny expression that they're 49ers. They're 4 out of 10, but they feel like they're a 9 because they've, once in their life they slept with a 9 or whatever. And now if a woman sleeps with multiple men, right, what'll happen is she'll make a fusion man of all of the best qualities of all the previous men she's been with, and the next man has to beat those qualities. And it's nearly impossible for any man to compete with such an amalgam. And so basically women's standards, expectations, and needs increase while their attractiveness remains the same. And so you get the problem of the modern world, right, of 2022 dating.
Do you think that dating apps have killed romance?
I don't think dating apps have killed romance. I think they've inspired false hope, because when you look at the statistics of how many girls are swiping right on guys compared to how many guys are swiping right on girls, a girl can go on Tinder any day and pick up 50 guys. A guy can go on Tinder, and unless he's super balling with a yacht, he could pick up maybe 1, 2.
Literally, this guy is exactly right, and false expectations is a wonderful idea, is a wonderful concept, because again, 50 women will swipe right on the guy with a yacht. The guy will just go from girl to girl to girl to girl, right? And each of those women will feel that they're entitled to a guy with a yacht, but actually none of them are, and so the men are miserable because they have no options and they walk away. Or they just say, you know what, relationships are too much of a headache. I'm not going to deal with this. I'm going to go my own way and be happy on my own. Or, and the women are miserable because they literally burn out their ability to pair bond, and they increase their standards to such a level, to such an extent that they can never find a guy of quality. This guy is very, very wow. Good job finding such a articulate, savvy man.
2, 3, and they may not even be the best looking.
I mean, this text messaging shit, I personally don't even like text messaging. You can't even get the real vibe.
That's true. That's absolutely true. It's actually one of the advices. One of the pieces of advice that I give to men is only text for logistics. I agree entirely. This guy's right. Here's the thing. Men have better things to do than text. So you should never text. You only text for, I'll see you on X time. I'll see you at X place at X time. All the time that you save by not texting women, all of that time can be spent doing much better things. Playing video games, doing your hobbies, working, being with your friends, literally working out. Anything is better than texting. It's just a total waste of your time, and you get nothing out of it because you can't sleep with a girl who you're texting with. She's not there. So it's literally just a waste of your time. You're giving free validation for no return. I agree entirely. Very good point.
Nobody vibes with nobody. It's just you texting.
It's right.
Do you think that women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options in dating?
I definitely believe that.
Do you think dating apps have killed romance?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, anyway, actually, I have a interesting take on this as well. I don't actually believe that dating apps killed romance. I actually believe that there was never any romance. I believe that romance is a false idea that is actually used for natural selection purposes. I believe that men who prescribe and believe in romance, they actually get naturally selected out of the human race. I believe the only men who have ever reproduced are men that don't believe in romance. Or if the men that have reproduced do believe in romance, there are so many positive traits they have that despite believing in romance, they still reproduced. But it wasn't because they believed in it, it was despite it. I actually think that romance is a very destructive thing. The idea of pedestalizing women and believing in the idea of worshipping women and paying for everything and looking up to your woman and having to impress your woman and all that kind of stuff. I think that is a destructive belief set, and I actually think that men should wake up to the concept of being the prize. Men should believe and know that they're more valuable, that they are needed for relationships and not the other way around. Again, if God forbid all men were to disappear from the earth would literally collapse within 6 months. But if all women were, God forbid, to disappear from the earth, then the world would keep running pretty much exactly as it is, except there'd be less violence. So anyway, that's my 22 cents. All right, let's go on to a Reddit post. But yeah, lots of savvy people in this. Really nice. Good job, interviewer. Okay, here, let's go to relationship advice. Oh, this one's perfect. Good title here, yeah. Girlfriend wants to hang out one-on-one with ex. Oh my. There's so many red flags just in that headline, right? That I can unpack just that, right? First of all, it implies that the boyfriend has allowed the girl to text men. So it means he allows both her to have male friends and also to stay in contact with her exes. Or it implies that the girl has gaslit the guy into believing that he's insecure if he doesn't allow this, which is also bad. So both are terrible. And if you allow your girl to do this, she's going to cheat on you, 100%. Any girl, 100 out of 100 times is going to cheat on you. Like, if you allow her this kind of stuff. And if she refuses to bend, if she refuses to get rid of her male friends, if she refuses to get rid of her exes, if she refuses to delete and block the numbers, whatever, and if she refuses to get off of social media and advertise herself to men, if she refuses to, do activities where sweaty men are present, or to, go on a girls' night out, or on trips or vacations solo, or if she refuses to, if she refuses to stop going to parties with mixed groups where you're not present, then you should never ever be in a relationship with that girl. You should just be friends with benefits, because she's going to cheat on you. And if she cheats on you once, she's going to cheat on you again, and it makes her a poor bet for paternity, which makes her a poor bet for a long-term relationship, which means that you should never get into such a situation. All right. GF says it's purely platonic. Of course she would, because it's Machiavellian, right? The girl is trying to say whatever she can say in order to get maximum reproductive options for herself while limiting her man as much as possible. Basically, she's using the boyfriend as a stable beta provider, and she's trying to get the alpha seed at the same time. So it's women's dualistic mating strategy. If you've never heard of this before, just look up Rollo Tomasi, okay? She doesn't have a lot of friends and wanted to hang out with an ex. I don't think the guy's intent is platonic, since he asked her to go with him to a party a little while ago. Before that, they barely talked. Oh, look, it's literally exactly what I said. Guys, I'm telling you, I don't read these things ahead of time. I'm just predicting what's going to come up because, well, I mean, clearly I have experience, right? Okay, guys, I don't even want to read the next line, but here we go. Are you ready? I told her I'm fine with guy friends, but draw the line at exes. Guys, I mean, there is no exceptions. No male friends, no exes. Obviously. These are things that are destructive to long-term relationships, and if your girl wants to keep doing these things, she can, but she'll never be your girlfriend. She'll never be your, long-term partner. She'll never live with you. You'll never have children with her. You'll never marry her, obviously. Because what she's doing is she's disrespecting you to your face by doing that. And the reason is because it's keeping doors open. Exactly. Well, that's what the girl wants, right? She wants to keep as many doors open for herself while closing as many doors for him. It's rules for thee, but not for me. I made sure to not be angry and judgmental, but firm and confident. Hilarious. Because by saying that he tried not to be judgmental, he's implying that his girl has already used that line on him. You're judgmental. You're judging me that I want to hang out with an ex and go to a party with him while being in a relationship with you. Guys, I can't even get through saying that. I'm almost bursting out laughing just saying that. It's such a ridiculous concept that a girl could believe that that's okay. It's just ridiculous. Have I handled this correctly? Do you think girls and boys should be able to hang out with exes one-on-one? Of course not. Come on. It's a ridiculous concept. Okay. Edit. She respected and acknowledged the boundary I placed. Okay, I hope so. She is friends with another ex. This guy she's been friends with forever, and I have no problems with this. No, you should. After their breakup, nothing happened as far as I know. He's a good guy and has a GF himself. The guy I talked about previously in the post kind of popped out of nowhere and is single. Guys, if she is still friends with her ex, here's what will happen. One day, you're going to have an argument. Or something is going to go wrong. Instead of trying to fix it with you, she's immediately going to jump into the bed of the ex. Because it doesn't increase her end count, and the ex is a proven commodity. So basically, by allowing her to stay friends with her ex, you're saying, I'm okay with you having my replacement in your vicinity at all times. It's a no. She should block and lose all the numbers of all the exes, and if she doesn't, I mean, even if she has lots of exes, it's a huge red flag, right? You should never be in a relationship with a girl like that. That would be friends with benefits only. Okay, anyway, let's look at the comments to see what some people have to say. Old, long-time, happily married dude here with some advice for you. After my disastrous first marriage ended in my mid-20s and I started dating again, I made some ground rules for myself to follow. And one of the best of them was that if she had an ex in her life, then I was 100% out. Even if I liked her, even if she swore up and down they were just friends, even if my friends thought I was being an idiot, I never asked them to set boundaries. I never asked them to stop being friends with anyone. I never asked them to change a thing. I just dumped them. And you know what? 90% of the drama in my dating life disappeared. Seriously. No more awkward chats with guys that used to do the girl you're with. No more you should just trust me conversations. No more we had a fight and I went to talk to him just as a friend and one thing led to another. Literally. It's like no more lying awake at night because she's hanging out with an ex. On top of that, I had no problem finding women to date that had zero interest in hanging with their exes. In fact, most of them didn't. At least the low drama mature ones didn't. Sure, they'd say hi to an ex if they ran into them or something, but there was no desire to maintain a relationship with them. The ones that did were inevitably filled with attention seeking and drama and boundary issues. My life got so much better after that, and you know what? I've had zero issues for many years with my wife hanging out with exes because she doesn't want to. We don't even have to set a boundary because we both wanted the same thing. Man, you should have a standing ovation for this post here. That is literally preventing the problem, which I recommend much more than trying to fix your girl's behavior. I mean, honestly, you know, the relationship rules I set, that stuff should be auto-followed by the girl without you having to say anything, to be honest. And if she doesn't follow all of those rules automatically, oh, by the way, here are the rules. I mentioned them sort of in passing. So, no male friends, no friends with exes, no girls' night out, no going on vacation solo, no impulsive behavior, no tattoos, that sort of thing. If they don't have that stuff, that's not a relationship girl. That is a bedroom fun girl. Okay, anyway, I think we should end the video here. Make sure to comment if you agree or disagree with any of the points I made in the video. If you're liking the videos, please, guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to follow, comment, like, you know the drill. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.